The cold weather is upon us. And if you live in an area that has all four seasons, you know that come fall and winter, your chance of getting sick increases far too much. It's cold and it's flu season. And because of that, I wanted to do another episode on natural ways to boost immunity. In episode 25, I talked about specifically how to use immunostimulants and immune modulating herbs to support your body and immunity through the cold season. Today, we're talking about more of the lifestyle practices, the free, practical, and effective stuff. But before we get into the nuts and bolts of the episode, I have a little story for you. I still remember the days when I had this gnawing feeling that I wasn't living in alignment with my values. I knew intellectually what I should be doing to support my health, but I couldn't get myself to sit down and work through the overwhelm to create a full plan. And when I did finally make a decision about a new habit, it never stuck for more than a few weeks. I felt like an imposter, a so-called wellness girl who wasn't walking the walk. On the outside, I was technically living a healthy lifestyle, but it didn't feel embodied or fulfilling. I didn't have a big picture system or a plan I felt confident and excited about, and that left me feeling like a stressed out failure. Everything shifted when I stopped comparing myself to some imaginary standard and finally asked what really matters most to me and what would make me feel like I was living my dream lifestyle. When I let myself start small, right where I actually was, that's when everything changed. I built sustainable habits that will continue to support me for years to come. I stopped chasing perfection and started creating consistency. And even better, I began enjoying my wellness journey. And now I feel aligned, energized, and confident every single day. I created the Wellness Consistency Workshop to help get you to that point as well. In just 1 hour, I'll show you the 3 foundational steps to balanced health, the number 1 way to support each step, and the 4 mistakes that keep most people stuck, so you can finally feel grounded, confident, and free in your health. It's happening Tuesday, October 28th at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. It's free, it's virtual, and yes, there's a replay if you can't be there live. So say yes today and save your spot at thehealthhabit.net/workshop. Again, that's thehealthhabit.net/workshop. Let's start this journey together. If your wellness journey has you stuck in a cycle of overwhelm and inconsistency, it's time to lean in. Together, we are unlocking the confidence and clarity to make your health feel like a peaceful return home. Welcome to the Health Habit Podcast. I'm Maria, a nature-loving herbalist, science-obsessed nutrition therapy practitioner, and your guide to holistic healing. If you're ready for realistic routines that bring more presence and fulfillment into your life, then brew up some tea or crack open a kombucha and let's get into it. All right, my friends, let's outline some natural ways to boost immunity. Now, when I came up with these methods, I was specifically thinking about when you are already sick or having the very beginning of symptoms, but you could adjust these to be preventative as well. So when you are sick, there are 4 key nutrients that have been found to help shorten the duration of your sickness and just support your overall immune health. They are zinc, vitamin C, vitamin D, and selenium. Zinc, vitamin C, and vitamin D have all been found to shorten the duration of sickness and also to lower the severity of respiratory infections, notably the common cold. Vitamin C is especially helpful for people that are physically active or are currently in a high stress situation. And then vitamin D is especially important for people who may be prone to deficiency in vitamin D. Selenium, as well as iron, copper, and magnesium, can help support immune competence. But the really four big ones are zinc, vitamin C, vitamin D, and selenium. Some main sources of zinc, the biggest one is oysters. Also, pumpkin seeds, lentils, pine nuts, Brazil nuts, hemp seeds, and eggs. For vitamin C, citrus fruits are fantastic, but also bell peppers, kiwi, tomato, and spinach. As for selenium, Brazil nuts, oysters again, meats, and eggs. The other really key thing to focus on, this is important for prevention, but also while you are sick, is getting a lot of high quality sleep. Stage 3 non-REM deep sleep helps to restock immune cells, but also has been found to increase the body's sensitivity to immune signals. So getting enough deep sleep is crucial for your immune health. I have an episode that specifically talks about sleep. It is episode 6. So to learn more about the different stages and all of the nitty-gritty of sleep science, definitely go listen to episode 6. What's crazy is even one single night of poor sleep has been found to dramatically reduce immunity. If you have one night of 4 hours of sleep, research has found that there's a 70% reduction in natural killer cells. These cells are vital for immunity. They monitor the body for infection. They release cytokines that activate other immune cells, and they kill infected cells by releasing something called cytotoxic granules, aka toxins for cells. And for the reasons such as the number of natural killer cells and body sensitivity to immune signals, if you don't get sleep and then you are subjected to somebody that is sick or subjected to a pathogen, you are far more likely to succumb to sickness. So the better and more that you can prioritize sleep during the cold and flu season or before travel, if you're a teacher before school starts, or just during the entire school season, if you're a parent or have a child in your household, the better off you are going to be. And then there's 2 other diet-related things that I would suggest. One is you really want to make sure that you are getting enough protein and carbohydrates. The amino acids that make up protein are an important building block for immune cells, and carbohydrates are the primary energy source for the body. So during a period where your body is fighting off infection and sickness, you have higher energy demand. So it's really important that you're having high quality carbohydrates in your diet. If you want to learn more about high quality carbohydrates and their function in the body, listen to episode 4 of the Health Habit Podcast. In addition to providing energy for your immune system, carbohydrates are also important for cell signaling and recognition, meaning that without them, immune cells can't properly recognize pathogens or infected cells and also have a harder time adhering or connecting to them so that they can kill and essentially eat them. Fats, not as important, although there are omega-3 fatty acids, which are incredibly anti-inflammatory. So increasing your omega-3 intake can be helpful for reducing some of the inflammation in your body during sickness. But the most important thing is going to be getting enough protein and carbs. And then you do want to also avoid excessive saturated fat intake. Specifically, like dairy and fatty meats are going to be really high in those saturated fats. Having a high amount of free fatty acids, especially saturated fatty acids, in the blood can increase inflammation, and during sickness, that just makes your body have to work even harder, which doesn't do any favors when you are recovering from sickness. So, as a recap, if you are suspecting you might be subjected to pathogens or sick people, or you are already sick, what you want to do to naturally boost your immunity is increase your intake of zinc, vitamin C, vitamin D, and selenium. Whole food sources are always going to be ideal, but in this case, while you're sick, taking a supplement might be helpful as well, as long as it's a high quality one. You also want to really prioritize your sleep, as this is going to be crucial for making sure you have enough immune cells in your body and that your body is sensitive to immune signals. And then you're going to want to make sure you are eating enough protein and carbohydrates so your body has the energy and building blocks it needs to build its immune response. And that concludes our discussion of natural ways to boost immunity and support your overall immune health during cold and flu season or while you are sick. And remember, if your current wellness routine feels unfulfilling, like it's missing some kind of secret sauce, I get it, because I've been there. Everything changed for me when I stopped chasing perfection and started focusing on small, consistent steps that actually fit my life. That's exactly what I'll help you do inside the Wellness Consistency Workshop, a free 1-hour virtual training where you'll learn the 3 foundational steps to lasting wellness, so you can finally feel grounded and confident in your health. So go save your spot today at thehealthhabit.net/workshop. I'll see you there. Hello, beautiful human. Thank you so much for listening. If this episode inspired or empowered you, please share it with a friend and leave a quick review on Apple Podcast. It lights me up to know that this show is helping you grow, and it helps more people discover the joy of holistic healing. Now, go get some sunshine on your skin, and I'll meet you back here next Saturday. Bye!